let's take a look at our top selections for the Hi, everybody. Dan Illman here, taking a look at a little Summit of Speed action at Gulfstream Park on Saturday. Let's throw up the field for race number 11, the Grade 2 Princess Rooney Stakes, fillies and mares going 7/8 of a mile. This is a very competitive field. Estilo Talentoso, coming off a graded stakes victory in the Bed of Roses last time out at Belmont, expected to take some money, 5-2 on the morning line. Javier Castellano aboard, but you have CC in this race. This was when the Apple Blossom in 2020, perhaps trying to rejuvenate herself as an older mare in the sprint ranks. Laura's Light was impressive in an off-the-turf race most recently. We'll throw up the Timeform U.S. Pace Projector, and the number 3, This My Time, has got a good amount of early speed. Graded placed when last seen in January. She should be fresh to go off the layoff. Pacific Gail is a hard hitter that did great work at Gulfstream Park over the winter. She should get close to the pace as well. And Laura's Light has shown good tactical speed going longer distances on dirt and on turf. I expect her to be sitting in the second flight. Let's start with Estilo Talentoso, and we'll go back to her win in the Bed of Roses last time out, going 7/8 of a mile on a sloppy track, and this horse was hinting at a big race. Ever since she started her 4-year-old campaign, she was third in the Wayward Lass, a race where she chased a very fast pace in her seasonal debut and still held on to run well. Second in the Barbara Fritchie despite a very conservative ride, then dead heated for second behind the extremely talented Kamari in the Grade 1 Madison, faced off with Gamine in the Derby City Distaff. She's had a good year, and she finally got the graded stakes win in the Bed of Roses last time out. Now, that race was on a wet track that she seems to like. We'll see if she gets that sort of footing at Gulfstream on Saturday, but she does have some tactical speed, and her recent Beyer speed figures are rock solid. Aerosol is the number 2. I've always been a big fan of Aerosol. I'm just not sure if Aerosol is a graded stakes caliber filly. We'll go back to her last race. Her second start off a little bit of a layoff, 2 other than optional claimer, and she's up close to the pace, and she just drives on through to win very, very nicely. But the Beyer came back real light, only a 78, and she hasn't run a fast race now in over a year. Aerosol might be in just a little bit tough as she steps up in class. This My Time is the number 3, and this is a very lightly raced filly who occasionally will throw up some big races. Look at that race 3 starts back on sloppy going. Big Fig blowout victory. Upgrade this one if it is wet. She bounced back to win a 1-turn mile race over fast going, and last time out was just no match for Pacific Gail, although in that race, the Grade 2 Inside Information, she was part of a pretty strong pace. She won the pace duel. She lost the race war. I think that race a little bit better than it looks. This My Time offers a bit of value. Now, she's going to have to do this off a bit of a layoff, which could be problematic, but she does have some ability, and she does have early speed. Pacific Gail was a horse that couldn't win for the longest time. She finally got down to Gulfstream. The Lasix came off. She responded with 2 graded stakes victories, and then she ran a good third in the Vagrancy 2 starts back. Last time out in the Bed of Roses, there was a deluge of rain about 20 minutes before the race. It turned it into a sea of slop, the Belmont racetrack that day, and Pacific Gail just sort of pushed the pace before tiring. I'm willing to give her the excuse for that race. She has done a lot of hard racing this year, however, and I wonder if she's slightly better at slightly shorter distances. I know she won the Inside Information at 7/8 of a mile. CC is the number 5, and in many ways, CC is the key to this race because, again, she won the Grade 1 Beholder Mile. She won the Apple Blossom in 2020. Before she went on the layoff, she was in exceptional form going 2 turns. Now, Michael McCarthy gave her an opportunity to go 7/8 of a mile in her seasonal debut, and she responded very, very nicely with an off-the-pace victory. They ran her in the Grade 2 Santa Maria last time out, and it was a strong field. She kind of stumbled a bit at the start, then rushed up into contention before tiring. The third-place finisher came back to win a little stakes race at Pleasanton with an 81 Beyer. CC should be ready to go. I think she's racing herself back into shape in her 3rd start of the form cycle. She just needs, I believe, a little bit of hitting up front. The jury's still out as to whether she's going to be a true 7/8 of a mile horse or a 2-turn horse in the vein of a mile and a 16th or a mile and an 1/8. But she's got a ton of back class. Laura's Light, the number 6, aired in her dirt debut. Let's watch that race, the Ouija board distaff. Now keep in mind, this race was off the turf over a sealed, sloppy track. She got a very good trip. She has the tactical speed to get good trips. She just parked herself right off the leader's flank, took over in the stretch, kept on trucking, 90 Beyers speed figure. Now she's going to try to sprint, and she's done well sprinting on turf in the past. She's a graded stakes winner in Southern California, going 5.5 on the turf. I'm curious to see what she does against legitimate dirt sprinters. She basically beat a small field of turf horses in the off-the-turf race last time out, but the way she did it was promising indeed. 7-2 on the morning line. Florent Giroux, Peter Miller. Halawala's the number 7. Let's watch her blowout win in a handicap last time out, going 7/8 off a little bit of a layoff. She never gave these horses a chance. She just exploded out of the gate, opened up a big lead, and as you see, she is moving like a winner. 85 Beyers speed figure, a career best effort, but the horses that she beat, I don't think were very good in that race, and they haven't come back to distinguish the field just yet with some poor performances. Sound Machine completes the field. Safi Joseph, high percentage trainer, sends out Sound Machine, who beat Florida Breds in a stakes race called the Musical Romance last time out. We're going to watch that race, and she ran okay in here. She's down towards the inside. She's going to drive away with a 79 Beyers speed figure, and Sound Machine kept some very good company earlier in her career. She was third in the Grade 3 Miss Preakness last fall. She hasn't really taken a step forward on the Beyers scale since that race, and that concerns me because I think she's going to have to run a little bit faster if she is to win the Princess Rooney. We take a look at my top selections for the Princess Rooney. I need a little bit more on the tote board for Laura's Light. It is a big ask for her to do it against some salty, legitimate dirt fillies and mares after beating those off-the-turf horses at Lone Star. But she's always shown ability. She's always been a consistent horse on the turf. I like the way she handled the dirt last time out. Maybe if we can get 9-2 on her, I would give her an opportunity from stalking range just off of the pace. I am going 6-1-7-2 in the Princess Rooney. Best of luck.